So, what would be the dollar rate as compared to INR today?
What do you think?
85, 87?
Yeah, today it is between 80 and 90.
85, 87?
Yeah.
Believe me, if I tell you that by 2030, this will be below 10. What would be
Wait,
your
1
rate?
minute, 1 minute. What you are saying is sliding.
Yes.
The dollar value will go down
Yes.
to 10 rupees.
Below
I
10.
can't believe it. My God.
You will see the results not only till 2030. You will get an indication of that shortly before this year end. Coming back to India, or if not, maybe settle down in Dubai.
Friends, today we have a distinguished guest joining us on the podcast. Someone who brings clarity and confidence to the complex world of finance. Please welcome Milind Pandit, a government certified financial risk advisor based in Pune and deep expertise in both insurance and mutual funds. So, if you are looking for a financial wisdom that is both practical and future focused, stay tuned. You are in both an enlightening conversation with a true expert in financial wellness, Mr. Milind Pandit. So, Milind, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
I am your host, Jyotindra Zaveri, for this podcast. Milind, let us start with some basics.
Yes.
Why should anyone do financial planning, basically?
Great. Jyotindra, you must have seen an old film of Raj Kapoor, Mera Naam Joker.
Oh yeah, my
Do
favorite.
you remember?
Oh yes.
So one of the famous dialogues in that movie was "ये शो है 3 घंटे का,"
Yes.
right?
That
पहला
movie,
बचपन,
Yeah.
दूसरा जवानी,
Right.
तीसरा बुढ़ापा,
Yeah.
right? So fortunately or unfortunately, that is a reality. Our life for every human being is basically divided into these 3 spans. Okay, and coincidentally, almost all these 3 phases of life come on an average of 25 to 30 years. About 25 years of bachpan and 35 years of the earning phase.
The Jawani, yes.
Jawani. And the 30 plus years of your retirement.
Absolutely.
Now, what happens is that the money that is required for the entire duration of your lifespan, the earning phase is limited to only the middle phase of 30-35 years.
Absolutely.
It is what we earn in those 30-35 years. Based on that, we can take care of the 25 years of our children and the 30 plus years of our retirement life. So unless and until you plan your these earning phase properly and do proper financial planning, life will become miserable.
Absolutely.
So that is the reason why
Yes.
financial planning is absolutely essential for each individual.
Absolutely. I appreciate this point, and that is my favorite song also, Raj Kapoor film.
Correct.
Yes, brilliant.
Yeah. So now, first of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity, Jyotindra. And friends, Jyotindra is basically a professional for over 40 years. He has been in the IT sector. Okay, and needless to say, the experience, when we say experience, okay, there is a twist to that always. How does experience benefit? It's only when we commit mistakes that we learn from these mistakes. And once we learn from these mistakes, we tend to improve. So, the 40 years of learning experience has really made Jyotindra a big veteran in this. And presently, he's been devoting his entire time on teaching scientific meditation to help people reverse lifestyle diseases. So, Jyotindra, one question. The person sitting in front of you, okay, he's a 63-year-old obese person, right?
Yeah, okay.
So, what is your advice on professionals what is the importance of health, being healthy.
Absolutely, Milind. I'm glad you brought this point. You see, my answer to this is people should learn to balance time. Of course, as you were saying, experience is nothing but mistakes.
Yes.
I also made mistakes and I'm learning and I'm trying to share this, you see, so that we can plan your activities.
Correct.
What is important is to schedule your 24 hours. Like maybe you can use Google Calendar so you get notification, or Outlook or Airtable or any such tool, or a traditional diary. But do plan your activity, allocate time, you see, carefully. What happens is we get carried away in the work, and as you are giving example, later on it becomes very difficult for people to have any kind of activity. So plan your work, structure it, and that gives you freedom, basically.
Correct.
You see, so that is important that we plan. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That is how I would like to
Great.
say, Milind.
Yes.
Friends, today we have Milind. He is a driving force behind S Venture. Is your organization S Venture? I like that name. It's a trusted name offering 360-degree of financial planning solutions, right? And whether you are an individual, family, this is what is required today. And he gives that kinds of personalized guidance. Well, everybody need is different. Their way of working, somebody is serving, somebody as an entrepreneur, as a business,
Yes.
and you can advise. So I would like you to tell a little bit more, Milind, what are the financial basic, protection plans every individual should have, Milind?
All right. Thank you, Jyotendra. I would explain in a very layman language, just like how we have a food pyramid. Okay, you have proteins, carbohydrate, all these. You know the food pyramid, right? Similarly, in financial terminology, there is also a financial pyramid.
Okay.
Okay, so there are three basic components of any good financial planning. I would like to explain this, by showing you my hand. So, what do you think of this hand? This is not the Congress Party symbol, right? Okay. Hand, you can explain the financial planning with your hand. Okay. This is the base of the wrist is the base of your hand. If this is not strong, this portion is not going to be strong enough. So this is what we equate as protection. So always ensure that in life you start with protection. Okay, protection would include a lot of things: health insurance, okay, term insurance, critical illness insurance, personal accident insurance. So it encompasses a lot of insurance policies that one needs to have, whatever be their economic status, to ensure that the protection is firm. Once this is done, then we come to the second stage, your palm, which represents basically the savings. You are aware that a couple of years back, when all of us went through the COVID period, correct? There were so many people who lost their jobs. Okay, the income of many people went down by over 50%, but still they survived, isn't it? Why? It was because of the savings. Okay, so one needs to have a sufficient amount of savings or liquid funds available in case of any emergency. Okay, those liquid funds can take care of your immediate needs.
Okay.
Once you have done your protection and your savings are in place, then you come to the investments, which are your fingers. Many people, what they do is, when they start their career, they first start, let us invest in gold, let us invest in property. So they are beginning over here. And they feel that protection is not required. I am healthy. I mean, why do I require health insurance? A young couple, they go down, they both are earning. On a weekend, they go down on a trip, okay? And what happens? God forbid if there is an accident, the entire liability falls on the family. So it is important you start from protection, ensure there are savings, and then go to investments. Investments can be anything. You invest in property, you invest in gold, you invest in equity, you invest in mutual funds, whatever is your comfort level. But this is the way, in a very basic layman language.
Fantastic. Awesome. This is a great analogy, Milind. I really appreciate the way you are explaining. Yes, Milind.
So, Jyotindra helps many entrepreneurs achieve success by tapping into their energy, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So, he has successful track record of being a mentor to many IT professionals. Now, Jyotindra is basically has a computer company where he dealt with both hardware as well as software. And I remember recently in a Rotary Means Business International Conclave, the chief or the founder of Persistence Systems, Dr. Anand Deshpande, he was the one who basically recognized, acknowledged you, and felicitated you, isn't it?
Yeah. We also have Jyoti Bhai here. I did my first job with him in 83. That was long back when he used to run West End Integrated Systems. So,
So, Jyotindra, how was this experience for you when you were introduced or felicitated by Mr. Anand Deshpande?
Actually, Dr. Anand Deshpande had come long back. It was, I think, in 1983. A boy, and actually his father brought Anand to my office, and then he said, look, he needs some help. And I was surprised that such a distinguished, successful person even remembers after so many years and in front of 200 people in the R&D conclave
Yes.
conference, he mentioned this. Yeah, it's really great. Yes, Milind.
So, Jyotindra, earlier you mentioned about allocating time. So, could you please elaborate on the distinction between a personal time and the professional time?
Absolutely. You see, this is what a common mistake I have seen. And as you were mentioning during the middle journey, when the person is young,
Yes.
gets carried away and works 10 hours, 12 hours, sometimes 15 hours, and there is something called burnout.
Yes.
So, what I would like to strongly recommend is to schedule your 24 hours. Of course, work is important. Work smartly rather than long hours, and spend time with your family, personal time. You see, you need to invest in yourself. Keep 1 hour personal time for you. Many times this is not given priority, and people will say, not now, maybe on the weekend, maybe next month,
Correct.
and it gets postponed. What is required is during the young days, and especially people who are above 40, you see, it is important that they learn and try to spread their time for family, personal, maybe community, like we are in Rotary,
Yes.
we spend some time for
Exactly.
community service, and meditation, physical workout, walking, all these things is required. So you see, before we talk about health, I think we need to understand that to create that wealth,
Yes.
and you need that health,
True.
right? So if you are not healthy, whatever money you have earned, whole life you have worked hard,
Correct.
you are not able to enjoy.
Yes.
Okay, lot of restriction comes. If a person is having diabetes, cannot eat sweet, and we can reverse diabetes. Of course, that is a different thing. But point here is you can prevent.
Right.
You can prevent by changing, your lifestyle, making your time available, for all the things required. So you create your health, you create your wealth, because that is what is required today.
Great.
Absolutely, absolutely. Milind, let me ask you some questions.
Sure.
You see, Milind, today we have has a service span of wide array of life and general insurance. He has been advising people, helping people with term plans. I think child education also,
Yes.
right? And maybe motor car,
Yes.
yeah, and business insurance as well, right? So I would like to know, Milind, how much do you typically charge for your personalized planning? I mean, at the end of the day, you are giving professional service.
True.
So if you can give some rough idea about your charges.
Well, Jyotinder, I look at it from a different point of view. Okay, since I am into insurance and investments, okay, the insurance companies and the mutual fund houses, they pay me enough. Okay, so why should I charge my customers for just providing my services to them?
Oh, that's
So
interesting.
see, there are professionals in the market where if you want financial planning, they have two ways of working. Either they will tell you a lump sum amount that these are our professional fees to guide you how to do your financial planning. Or sometimes some people have a percentage that what is the corpus that they are going to handle on behalf of the client. So based on that they charge a particular percentage of that corpus.
Yeah, right.
I see. I started my career in this line after retirement at the age of 58.
Oh, I see.
Okay. So the reason is, I mean, it's not basically to earn my living out of it, but more as a means of keeping myself occupied. And if I were to help any person and give him good advice, which will help him in the long run, that is the benefit that I
satisfaction,
expect.
absolutely.
So I don't charge anything to any customer. They are free to contact me 24/7 whenever they want.
Right.
Whatever advice they require, guidance they require, whether they buy the plans from me or not, immaterial of that, irrespective of that, I still advise them.
That's great. That's great. So it's free service,
Yes.
and it's a win-win situation, right? And friends, I think you should contact Milind, and I will be sharing his WhatsApp number. You can get in touch with him and get his free consultation. I think it's a great idea,
Thank you.
Milind. Yes.
Jotin, it reminds me you conducted recently a meditation session in Dubai.
Oh yes.
Okay, now, and you have also conducted a lot of similar online sessions during COVID. So, how do you basically teach scientific meditation? And how much time does it take to learn this?
Right. I'm glad you asked this question. You see, scientific meditation is a method. And to learn the entire process, I need about 10 sessions of 1 hour each.
Okay.
Okay. So it's spanned over 10 hours.
Right.
So this can be 1 hour session with 2-3 days gap.
Okay.
Okay. So when the person decides and then we take it forward, I would like the person to practice meditation.
Correct.
Because it's not about only lecture per se. You see,
implementing.
right, talking and reading good books has not helped enough to change. Meditation is all about changing chemically, changing from inside.
Right.
So you need 10 hours to learn the method, practice it. So maybe after 2-3 days we meet again.
Yes.
And then yes, I do in person. Like you mentioned about Dubai,
Yes.
I've gone to Dubai and we conducted a meditation workshop, or I do on Zoom,
Correct.
online. So people come from various parts of the world, for example USA, and I can talk to them and teach them. Of course, when it is in a different country, it's a different time zone. So I have online calendar and people can easily connect and schedule the meeting.
Right.
And Zoom meeting is fine to learn.
Correct.
So it takes about 10 hours, but calendar month, if we see, it could be 2 months,
Yes.
you know.
Okay.
So what I would like to say is that since we are talking about finance, I think you always talk about SIP, systematic investment plan.
Correct.
So SIP is to build wealth.
Yes.
So I would say systematic investment plan like meditation can also, create health. So SIP is work in both way.
Correct.
Absolutely. Yes, Milind.
That's really good.
Yeah, I really appreciate, Milind, that you doesn't stop at only protection. Friends, Milind also helps in the clients grow their wealth strategically through mutual funds and with some, proper and sharp understanding of risk and future goals. Goals are important.
Yes.
So, Milind, can you just elaborate and explain what about entrepreneurs? You say small and medium-sized enterprises, MSMEs, and do you work with them also?
Definitely, yes. See, they are one of our biggest clienteles. Now, India has n number of small firms, what we call them as SMEs or MSMEs. Okay. Now, these could be basically proprietorship concerns, partnership concerns, private limited companies, LLPs, whatever. But in each and every city, if you see, there are thousands and thousands of such entrepreneurs. Now, what happens is sometimes they have been carrying out their business hereditarily, their fathers, forefathers started it, their children continue this, and today the trend is most of the young generation, they are first time entrepreneurs. Okay, their parents have never ventured into business.
Startup.
They have started, yes.
Yeah.
So these type of people, now especially when you have startups, there is a lot of risk whether the business succeeds or doesn't succeed. Okay, so there has to be a good financial backup always available, and at a very small amount, if they make proper financial planning, that corpus can be ready in case of any eventuality that can help them tide those challenges. Similarly, you might have seen many people, they start with partnerships. Like you and me, if we are good friends, okay, we both decide one day let's start some business. Initially, for a couple of years, everything is good, but invariably over a period of time, there could be some hiccups in the relation between the two partners. One of the partners might say that, fine, good, I wish to
That happens many
say
times.
goodbye to
Yeah.
you. Okay, you continue. Now give me back my share and you continue the business. Okay. Now in those type of situations, suddenly if one partner wants to exit, okay, and he's asking for his share, okay, of that business, just imagine the amount of corpus that has to be withdrawn from your working capital. How will it affect your business? So that is why business insurance is the key to such type of issues. This can also happen in case of the death of one of the partners. The spouse may not be equipped to come in place of the husband and take charge of that business. So the spouse might as well tell the other partner that since my husband is no longer there, please give me your share so that I can live my life separately and properly. And again, if that amount has to be withdrawn from the business, it's a big challenge.
Yeah.
So business insurance is a very critical part for entrepreneurs.
Okay.
So similarly, I think Jyotinder, you have also been interacting or working a lot with entrepreneurs. So what do you have to say to them? They have their own mental challenges, pressures available with.
Right. And as you were saying, a lot of challenges are there during entrepreneur journey. And after I started my own company, I was in IBM, and then
Yes.
IBM closed their operations in India. So in 1980, I moved to Pune and I started my own company. And what my suggestion, my recommendation to entrepreneurs, especially the small and medium-sized enterprise, is that you have a partner with you. What I am talking about is partner within you, and that is your subconscious mind power.
Right.
Subconscious mind power is a partner, but we need to tap that inner energy. We need to also understand that you need to share your goal and tell your subconscious mind what you want.
True.
Okay, maybe you want to crack a deal, you want to get one big project, you want to get a big contract. Make a goal.
True.
You see, we always incorporate, we talk about SMART goal,
Yes.
specific, measurable,
Correct.
realistic,
Yes.
achievable, time bound, and so on and so
Correct.
forth. So, SMART goal you need to make. Tell your subconscious mind, he is your partner,
True.
that this is what I want. And believe me, your subconscious mind will help you achieve that goal and it will drive you towards that goal.
Okay.
So, friends, I would like to take this opportunity to tell all entrepreneurs, startup, business people, professionals that scientific meditation can help you achieve your materialistic goal as well.
Right.
And by doing all this, definitely you will get your good health.
True.
Right? Yes, Milind. Let us come to the conclusion of this, and let us say we will, we have been discussing about health and wealth. So, what is your final message, or what would you like to tell people? I'm sure you are very current with current scenario, what is happening globally.
Right.
Today we are sitting in July 2025, and things are moving very fast
Yes.
globally, if you see.
True.
So, how do you look at all this? What is your take?
Thank you, Jyotindra, for giving me this opportunity to share a little bit of information with your viewers. As you mentioned, the geopolitical situation across the globe is undergoing a sea change. For more than, you can say, since 1971, dollar has been the dominant currency, right?
Yeah.
So, and the trade basically worldwide is governed through dollars. And there is a process which has already begun, okay? And the de-dollarization, what is the process, it is started, okay? And you will see over the next few years, this having a big impact on the economy worldwide. So, what would be the dollar rate as compared to INR today?
What do you think?
85, 87?
Yeah, today it is between 80 and 90.
85, 87?
Yeah.
Believe me, if I tell you that by 2030, this will be below 10. What would be
Wait,
your
1 minute. What you are saying is sliding.
Yes.
The dollar value will go down
Yes.
to 10 rupees. I
Below
can't
10.
believe it. My God.
You will see the results not only till 2030. You will get an indication of that shortly before this year end. By December of 2025.
I think
I expect
many viewers will have a debate on this. I'm sure they will start writing in comments.
by December 25, we expect that this would come down to around 70. There are only two triggers
Okay.
which will make this happen. You are aware that basically Japan and China, they are the two countries who have a lot of US treasuries with them. The day they start offloading this, the slide of dollar will be
Oh my God.
not controllable at all. And the day Japan basically starts offloading this, China will follow, and you will see the downward slide of dollar. And what effect this will have on the US economy? it is really mind-boggling.
Mhm.
And I would advise all the NRIs, wherever they are, घर वापसी की तैयारी करो.
Oh my God, you mean to say they will start coming back to
Of
India?
course,
But that makes sense. If something like this happens,
True.
obviously, Indian rupee will have a better value.
the future is India. It will make no sense to remain in US or in any of the other.
Oh,
you will
yeah.
you, over the period of time,
Oh, yeah.
you will see most of the NRIs coming back to India, or if not, maybe settle down in Dubai. You have already seen the way the Dubai property market is
Yeah.
going, or the
Yeah.
changes that are happening.
Interesting.
So these are all going to come back.
Oh.
Before the NRIs come back, at least repatriate your funds first. Otherwise, the time will come when you will not be allowed to even repatriate your funds, leave everything there and come back.
Oh my God. So earlier the better.
That's
So I would like to repeat, NRIs, make a note. This is a very important message to understand what is happening globally. Plan your health and wealth. Plan your financial situation, and especially in such a fluid scenario.
correct.
You see, it's very good. I'm so happy, Milind, that you came today.
My pleasure.
I know you're busy and spending time with us, and my viewers will definitely appreciate by putting a like and comment. And the kind of point you made at the end about this topic about dollar sliding and NRI coming back to India,
Yes.
I think this is eye-opening.
True.
Eye-opening. Thank you very much, Milind,
Thank
to
you.
come today and have this conversation, Milind.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.